Hello and welcome back to Dreamwalker Tarot. My name is Dawn and this is the September reading for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Mercury. I've gone ahead and pulled the cards. They're all shuffled and they're pulled, and I'm going to go ahead and read them for you. So what is currently happening for you, Sagittarius, is the Nine of Wands in the reverse, right? And so this is an indication that you might have been in a space where you're kind of like looking over your past hurdles, the past issues that you've had, and really kind of like looking at how far you've come. I feel like you're taking inventory of all the things that you've been through, all the spaces that you've navigated out of, and you're really kind of looking at it in the rear view mirror, and kind of like taking stock of that. You do want to be mindful though, not to really dwell about it. And I don't really feel like this is something that you are doing. I feel like you're looking like beyond the pain and beyond the things that you've gone through, beyond the complications that you've had, beyond the issues that you've had in the past, and kind of like really just taking stock and really taking inventory of the things that you've been through in your life, right? The things that have hurt you, the situations that have caused you pain, the losses that you've had. Typically in the Rider-Waite deck, this depiction of the Nine of Wands is someone who is like really tattered, really looking like they just been through it. You know, it could be coming out of like an abusive relationship or coming out of a really rough situation and just kind of like looking back and be like, oh my God, like I survived, right? What is crossing you is the Five of Cups. So again, like I said, you do want to be mindful of being stuck in that energy. The Five of Cups is, again, a person that is kind of crying over the three cups that have spilled, not realizing that here, there are two cups that are full, right? So no matter what you've lost, there's still something. There's always something left behind for you. And so I feel like some of you, not all of you, might be feeling a little bit reminiscent of the things that you've gone through and really kind of like crying over that. Or you might have been in that position and now you're kind of like coming out of that, right? With this card in the reverse, right? In the past, the Tower, right? The Tower in reverse. So we are still in, I believe, in Jupiter retrograde, Jupiter being your like ruling planet, and so with Jupiter retrograde is really like an indication of like in the reverse, the Tower card is an indication of like internal shifts, really coming into like your own, really relying on your faith, but really coming into the understanding of like what you need in your life and what you need to move forward in your life, really kind of getting closer to like your spirituality, really tapping back into spirituality, and allowing that to be like at the head of your life. But I do feel like with this card in the reverse, you know, this is also an indication that you might have lost some people along the way. Something significant happened, right? There was a significant Tower moment, which is like a shakeup, which is something that happens that made you realize like, okay, like I really need it together to get it together. So that energy is in the past position, but it's really still affecting like your life. I feel like you're still in that space, and Jupiter retrograde is not over yet. So you're still in that space where, you know, you're really kind of like taking stock of the people that you have in your life and whether or not they should have a place that they have in your life, right? So you could be really kind of contemplating removing people from your life. You could also just be contemplating a lot of the things that you've been through in your life and but there's like this really stuck energy, like you're stuck on that internal processing. And so you might still be processing that, or you might just be having a hard time letting that go. What is in your current awareness is the Knight of Swords. Right? And so the Knight of Swords is really just a lot of ideas coming in for you, a lot of information coming in for you. You know, you might be filled with like this idea that you want to kind of like explore some of the things that you've been kind of contemplating and thinking about recently. But you do want to make sure that you don't rush into anything, right? You see all this like windy stuff here. You don't want to rush into anything or make any hasty decisions about anything. This is really just an opportunity and a time to really think about and ponder about what your next moves are going to be, right? On the subconscious level, we have the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse, right? And so on the subconscious level, there's an indication here of kind of like focusing on where your energy is going. I was thinking about this earlier, actually, so this kind of makes sense for this reading. But it's really about mastering the mundane, right? And so the mundane is like really kind of getting down to the nitty-gritty of like your personal routines, like the things that we have to do in life that we don't necessarily want to do, but we have to do. Like, we got to get up, we got to shower, we got to brush our teeth, we got to, you know, pay the bills, we got to pay the rent, we got to make sure that the lawn is mowed, we got to make sure that the upkeep of the car is done. And so all those things that factor into your life need to happen in order to be able to move from self-mastery into being able to master something else, being able to master new ideas and foster new ideas that come in, because they can come in, like the ideas can come in, like they're definitely there. But if you are not able to really pay attention to all the tasks, the daily things that you got to do to master, you're not going to be able to master, like you're not going to be able to level up to the next step, right? So this card is really about mastering the mundane aspects of your life, the boring shit, the shit that nobody really wants to focus on. Like, you want to get to the good stuff, you want to get to the exciting stuff, but in order to do that, this has to happen. Like, that daily work and that daily routine needs to happen, right? And so in the final outcome, we have the Queen of Wands. And so, you know, you are a fire sign as well. This could be an individual that kind of comes into your life. This could be a feminine energy of another Leo, Sagittarius, Aries individual that comes into your life. That is there, I don't know, like, is she someone that you removed and they're coming back? You know, we're also in Mercury retrograde period. So a lot of times in Mercury retrograde, people come back into our lives that, you know, we kind of like, you know, left behind already, and now they're coming back. So if this is a person that was removed from your life, are you allowing someone that was removed from your life to come back? Let's take a look at who this Queen of Wands is. Who is this Queen of Wands to Sagittarius? Oh no, there's too many cards. Who is this Queen of Wands when it comes to Sagittarius? Who is this Queen of Wands to Sagittarius? Queen of Cups in reverse. Some more clarification, please, about, again, we've got the page here, the Page of Swords. Again with the Nine of Wands. So we have the Nine of Wands, the Eight of Pentacles, the Page of Swords, and the Queen of Cups. So this queen here is definitely representative of someone that is in your past, someone that you might have had an emotional attachment to. They might have been emotionally manipulative. This is definitely the person that, with this Nine of Wands energy, like we literally have the Nine of Wands coming out twice in your reading. So there was a lot of saucy activity between you and this person, right, in the past. It obviously did not work out, right? This person might be trying to come back into your sphere, trying to get back into your life. But I feel like this is someone that you need to be aware of. Listen, anytime anybody comes back into your life during Mercury retrograde, like, just don't touch it. If they were removed for your life because of all the hardships that they caused you, or all the drama, you know, all the negativity that they caused, I feel like they need to stay gone. Like, you don't need to bring them back, right? Let's get some more clarification about, ooh. Yeah, you might be thinking about them, right? They might be on your mind. You're going to think about them and bring them back into existence. What else is there to know about this? Ooh, this is like way too many cards. Way too many cards. So, what is Sagittarius to know about the Queen? Okay, let's see. Official person. What else is there to know about this reading for Sagittarius? Oof. Distant horizons, wealthy man, and despair. Okay, so, okay, I'm going to say that, okay, so we have the wealthy man here, which is like masculine energy, wealthy man, right? We have, which is masculine energy showing up here. We have despair. We have thoughts. We have official person, and we have distant horizons. So again, for some of you, you are definitely thinking about someone who is not necessarily close to you physically, but they are on your minds, right? And you might kind of like be in a space where you're really kind of like missing that person, missing the connection, even though the relationship didn't necessarily work out. I feel like this person might be returning back to you, and so this is something that you want to be mindful of. With this Tower in reverse here, I feel like at some point in time, there was something that happened that kind of like brought the situation to an end. But I do feel like you're in the space where you're really kind of like thinking about your next steps in terms of, you know, moving forward with this person. I do feel like it's more than one person. There's a Queen of Cups energy here, or a Queen of Wands. But I feel like this Queen of Cups, this person could have water or fire in their chart. But I also feel like this Queen of Cups energy kind of explains like the toxic behaviors that this Queen of Wands engaged in. Queen of Wands is also someone who could be a little bit manipulative with energy in terms of like doing things to kind of like bend things to their will, and in order to get what they want. They might use manipulation in order to do that. They might use whatever they got to use, including the history that you have with them, in order to kind of like needle their way back. So I do feel like that is something that you need to be mindful of, because I do feel like if you return back to the situation, the same things that helped you get into issues with them in the past, I feel like they're still there, and it might reopen those same type of energies or those same type of behaviors in the present, right? So just be mindful of that, Sag. We're going to pull some advice cards for you guys. What is the advice for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus? And I feel like some of you might want to travel to go see this person. It's definitely a thought on your mind. You might have the money to do so. Okay, we have 2 cards here. We have High Priest, which is to intend and create. And we have Autumn, which is to release the old and rest. So let's look at what those cards mean. Autumn is literally right around the corner. It's like I said, it's kind of like falling into Mercury retrograde time period, which is kind of feel like these cards are kind of like talking about Mercury retrograde, especially for you. So Autumn, which is to release the old and rest, means to release all of the pressure and expectation weighing you down. Shed it all so that you can recover before moving into a time of renewal. Autumn is when the leaves are preparing for the long, cold winter and must let go of all of the weight that they are carrying in order to grow and prosper. Sometimes you too just have to surrender an aspect of yourself in order to grow and prosper. The Raven on the Autumn deck shows that there's an opportunity to heal at this time. In Celtic animal medicine, the raven is the bird of healing and intuition. The healing it brings is a shift that allows you to move into a more powerful psychic space where you can be more aware of your needs and desires and be better supported. Do you know what is heavy, what is holding you back? It is a person, a situation, a dream. Like the trees letting go of their leaves and fruit in the autumn, it's time to let it go. When you hold on, you try to control reality, and that never works. When you let go, you make space for the new to enter your life. You're being guided by your angels and nature herself to release whatever is stopping you from moving forward, and you can do this. When the autumn card arrives in the future position of a spread or is the last card in a reading, it can also indicate that the coming autumn will usher in important energies with regards to your question or intention. And the High Priest is talking about to intend, which is your intentions, and to create, right? So let's take a look at what the High Priest card means. High Priest is kind of like the brother card to the High Priestess. This card says that you recognize that you have the power to change your life. Face your fear and align with the light. In many traditions, the High Priest is the physical embodiment of the divine masculine. He acts as a bridge between worlds and is able not only to divine the future, but to help create it too. He may be a leader in his spiritual tradition, or in pagan traditions be second to the High Priestess, but he is always spiritually connected and disciplined with great respect for his creator and his particular practice. In a reading, this card can represent a spiritual figure, leader, or teacher in your life, or an aspect of your path that has led you to where you are today. You are a bridge between heaven and earth, and it's important for you to know that you are more powerful and connected than you may think. Everything you are giving attention and energy to at this time is creating your way forward. There have been some setbacks, but accept that these as experiences that have led you to a deeper understanding of yourself and your spirit. Know that you are being guided by the ancestors to direct your thoughts and energies towards what you want to grow, heal, and expand, and then watch it happen right before your eyes. So again, earlier I was talking about the energy of like Jupiter in retrograde, and that really being a time to connect with your spirituality and connect with like your higher self, right? And so what happens during Mercury retrograde is that sometimes There are things that were once removed out of your life that are reintroduced into your life that come back around, giving you the opportunity to handle. It's almost like a test, like to handle the situation, to see if you're going to make the same choices, if you're going to make the same mistakes, if you've grown in your approach to handling certain things. And so you really want to make sure that when this energy returns into your life, or when this person returns back to your life, that you keep in mind that when you had it the first time, it left you in a really screwed up position, and also it did not work, and it didn't work for a reason. And so you want to be mindful of that. Is that a path that you want to go down again? Is that a road that you want to go down again? You know, you want to really sit and think about that, and think about the impact that reopening that can of worms can have on your present life and on your present situation. And ultimately, I feel like you're trying to step into a space where you're trying to let go of past behaviors and past issues and past hurts. And so you want to focus on the things that you have in front of you and not the things that you've lost, right? So there's that. So that is the end of the reading. Thank you so much for listening. I really appreciate you for being here. I hope this reading helped you in some way. Please leave a comment below and let me know how this is kind of like working out in your life, or come back, because the Mercury retrograde is just beginning. You might find that this person comes back, and I want to hear how that goes. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell for post notifications, and share the video with someone that you feel could benefit from the message here today. Again, thank you for listening, and I will see you soon.